Hi there and welcome to the 5th episode of our Circle2 tutorial series. Today we're going to be creating a high pass riser effect. So we're going to start by clicking new to initialize the patch, and then we're going to choose our oscillators. So in slot 1 we want an analog sawtooth oscillator, and we're going to remove the keyboard tracking as well so that the pitch doesn't change depending on where the note is played on the keyboard. Then going to turn on this noise oscillator too and completely open up the low pass filter, and we're also going to turn on feedback and just push that level up a bit. Okay, and that will just sound like this. Then want to apply a high pass filter to this, and we're going to use the 2-pole high pass, which is this one here. Just pull that down a bit to cut some of the bottom end off. And now we're going to create the rising tones. So to do so, we go over to the envelope section, and this green one here, which is controlling the amplitude envelope, we just push up the sustain and push the attack time back so we have a nice long rise. Okay, that's nice. And now we're just going to set up this envelope here to use this one to modulate some other parameters. So firstly, we apply this one to the coarse tuning of the sawtooth oscillator. And then we might want to apply that to the feedback level as well, just so the gritty texture increases over time. Maybe we just push up the resonance a bit of the filter as well. And you can hear that feedback effect reacting quite strongly now because of the resonance that we just placed in. So we might want to pull this down just a bit. Okay, and then we're also going to apply this envelope to the filter frequency. Just pull that amount down a bit. And then we're just going to set this first envelope to control the resonance of the filter. And we're going to pull down the amount as well on that. Okay, so all of that modulation now is really emphasizing the rising effect of this sound. We're then going to add some further modulation just to make things a bit more interesting. So we're going to set up an LFO here, and we're going to assign that to the filter frequency. We're also going to use this envelope here to control the rate of the LFO so that it builds up over time. Okay, that's sounding nice. We're just going to set up a bit more modulation now. So we'll turn on another LFO, and then I think we'll apply this to the tuning of the feedback. Again, we want this to be really quite subtle. Okay, so that one sounds nice. And now we're going to open up another LFO down here. And we're going to use this one to control an effect. So we'll open up the panel and we'll open up the panner. And now we're going to assign this LFO to control the pan position. Okay, now we have some nice stereo width on this. I think what we'll do is just push up the fade in and the delay on this LFO, just so it gradually builds up to emphasize the sweep. Okay, nice. And now we're going to insert in effect slot 2 a double echo. Okay, that's sounding nice. And then in slot 3, last of all, we will insert a reverb. And we're going to go into the presets and select Huge Hall. And now we can see how this all sounds together. Okay, so that's sounding really nice now, and that would definitely be really helpful in creating impact in a track. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial today, and don't forget that you can download the patch we've just made in the video description below.